In the summer of 2024, the seaside town of Southport was shattered by a horrific knife attack that claimed the lives of three young girls: Alice da Silva Aguiar, 9, Elsie Stancombe, 7, and BB King, 6. The tragedy reverberated across the nation, prompting an outpouring of grief and solidarity. 11 months after their initial visit following the attack, Prince William and Princess Catherine returned to Southport, demonstrating what has become a hallmark of their approach: sustained engagement with communities facing profound trauma. Their visit was not a mere photo opportunity, but a deeply personal commitment to walk alongside grieving families through the long, difficult journey of healing. The emotional resonance of this visit was magnified by several poignant details that revealed the royal couple's authentic connection to the family's pain. William and Catherine wore friendship bracelets bearing the name of the youngest victim, BB, a gift from her parents, Lauren and Ben King. This simple gesture spoke volumes, transforming the royals from distant formal figures into individuals willing to carry visible symbols of remembrance. During a powerful speech at Churchtown Primary School, where BB and Alice were pupils, the future king addressed the painful reality with remarkable directness. He described a newly created playground as a symbol of remembrance and resilience, and a testament that love will always overcome tragedy. His words acknowledged the depth of the loss, while offering a framework for hope, a delicate balance that reflected both his official role and his personal understanding of grief.
What made this display of emotion particularly significant was its departure from traditional royal protocol. As the BBC's royal correspondent Daniela Relf observed, "He isn't someone who wears his heart on his sleeve in public. He's not overly emotional, but it was a very open show of compassion for the Southport families and the school community." This measured yet visible empathy represents a new royal calculus, one that recognizes the power of authentic emotional connection while maintaining appropriate boundaries. The couple's actions extended beyond symbolic gestures. They spent private, unstructured time with grieving parents, allowing their official schedule to adapt to the family's needs. As one school had noted, this demonstrated real recognition that they value Jenny and David, but that they have also listened. In Southport, Prince William modeled a form of leadership that embraces vulnerability as strength, a lesson undoubtedly informed by his own experiences with loss.
Perhaps the most viral moment of Prince William's public emotional expression occurred during what was meant to be a quiet family celebration at Windsor Castle. On his 43rd birthday, the Prince of Wales was reportedly surprised by his daughter, Princess Charlotte, who stepped forward in a pale blue gown and whispered just 4 words before joining legendary tenor Andrea Bocelli for an unexpected duet. The performance, described as leaving viewers speechless as Charlotte's voice trembled and the garden fell silent, culminated in a visible emotional response from William, who was reportedly brought to tears along with others present. This moment resonated deeply with the public for several reasons. First, it offered a rare, authentic glimpse into the personal dynamics of the royal family. A father moved by his child's gesture, stripped of formalities and public personas. In an institution often criticized for being emotionally distant, this display of unfiltered paternal emotion humanized William in a way no official engagement could. Second, the setting was significant. Windsor Castle, a symbol of royal tradition and continuity, became the backdrop for a tender, personal moment, effectively bridging the institutional and the intimate. Third, the involvement of Princess Charlotte added layers of symbolism, suggesting a generational shift toward more emotionally expressive royalty.
The public reaction to this moment was revealing. Rather than criticizing the future king for showing vulnerability, the response was overwhelmingly positive, with many describing the moment as touching and heartwarming. This suggests a cultural shift in expectations surrounding royal emotion, a growing public appreciation for authenticity over stoicism. The moment also illustrated how carefully managed displays of genuine emotion can serve the monarchy's interests in the modern era. Unlike the unpredictable, often chaotic emotional expressions associated with Diana's era, William's tears were prompted by a controlled, private-turned-public moment that ultimately reinforced traditional family values even as it challenged emotional norms. This delicate balance, spontaneity within boundaries, authenticity within tradition, exemplifies William's emerging approach to his public role.
Prince William's appearance on Eugene Levy's Apple TV Plus series, The Reluctant Traveler, marked another significant departure from traditional royal reserve. In a remarkably candid conversation, William reflected on the profound losses he had experienced in recent years, particularly the deaths of his grandparents, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. I do miss my grandmother and my grandfather, he admitted to Levy, adding that he often thinks about them not being here anymore. This simple acknowledgement of personal grief from a future monarch was noteworthy in its own right, but William's subsequent reflections revealed a deeper emotional landscape shaped by multiple layers of loss. The setting for this conversation, Windsor, which William described as fundamentally connected to his grandmother's identity, for me, Windsor is her, added poignant context to his expressions of grief. As he guided Levy through the grounds on an e-scooter, William explained that he was trying to make sure I'm doing it in the way she'd want you to see it. This comment revealed more than mere nostalgia. It suggested an active, ongoing relationship with memory and legacy, a sense of responsibility to honor those who came before while navigating his own path forward. The conversation took an even more personal turn when William reflected on the cumulative weight of recent years, calling 2024 the hardest year I've ever had. While not explicitly detailing all the reasons behind this assessment, the context made clear reference to his wife Catherine's and father King Charles's cancer diagnoses, creating a portrait of a man navigating multiple family health crises alongside his public duties. This television appearance represented a strategic use of a non-traditional platform to convey a more authentic royal persona. By choosing to participate in a travel program hosted by a comedian rather than a formal documentary, William signaled a willingness to engage with popular culture on its own terms. His emotional revelations, while genuine, also served a calculated purpose. They presented a future king who is reflective, personally affected by loss, and fundamentally human. This approach stands in stark contrast to previous generations' preference for maintaining emotional distance. As royal author Robert Jobson noted of William and Catherine's public engagements, they've always shown love and compassion, but there's a clear sense of them really feeling the pain of the people. In The Reluctant Traveler, William extended this empathy to his own experience, modeling a form of leadership that acknowledges vulnerability as an essential component of strength. The stoic, unflappable royal figure, the stiff upper lip personified, has long been the expected public face of Britain's monarchy. For centuries, members of the royal family have maintained a carefully composed exterior, rarely allowing the public to glimpse the vulnerable human beneath the titles and trappings. This tradition of emotional restraint was not merely a cultural preference, but a strategic calculation, a way to maintain the mystique and authority of an institution that must remain above the fray of ordinary human experience. Yet, in recent years, this carefully maintained facade has begun to shift in subtle but profound ways, particularly through the public evolution of Prince William, the future king. His journey, marked by visible tears, heartfelt admissions, and calculated restraint, offers a compelling case study in how modern royalty navigates the complex terrain between tradition and authenticity, between institutional expectation and genuine human connection. This transformation did not occur in a vacuum. Prince William's life has been punctuated by profound personal losses that have inevitably shaped his approach to grief, empathy, and public expression. At just 15, he suffered the seismic loss of his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, an event that unfolded on the world stage and forever linked his personal grief with public spectacle. Decades later, he would face additional family health crises and the passing of his grandparents, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Against this backdrop of personal and public expectation, Prince William's emotional expressions, whether tears prompted by his daughter's surprise or deliberate restraint in the face of family conflict, represent not mere moments of vulnerability, but calculated elements of a new royal strategy. This strategy recognizes that in a media-saturated age where authenticity is prized, the monarchy's relevance may depend on its ability to demonstrate genuine human emotion while maintaining the dignity of the institution. This transformation did not occur in a vacuum. Prince William's life has been punctuated by profound personal losses that have inevitably shaped his approach to grief, empathy, and public expression. At just 15, he suffered the seismic loss of his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, an event that unfolded on the world stage and forever linked his personal grief with public spectacle. Decades later, he would face additional family health crises and the passing of his grandparents, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Against this backdrop of personal and public expectation, Prince William's emotional expressions, whether tears prompted by his daughter's surprise or deliberate restraint in the face of family conflict, represent not mere moments of vulnerability, but calculated elements of a new royal strategy. This strategy recognizes that in a media-saturated age where authenticity is prized, the monarchy's relevance may depend on its ability to demonstrate genuine human emotion while maintaining the dignity of the institution.